Already Electric for Life here, bringing you guys a brand new video. So today we're going to talk about the brand new Fire Fist support, and I know it's been a while, and it's going to be a while since when all this stuff was announced, but I've been busy. So Fire Fist is an interesting archetype. I never got around to messing around with them too much back in the day when they first came out, because when they did, I was just really getting back into Yu-Gi-Oh! I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! With oh god, what was it called? Legacy of the Duelist, if I remember right. It was a set that like had Heroic Champion Excalibur on the front and debuted the what are they called? Spellbooks and Madoses and stuff. And then, if I remember right, Fire Fist came out like the set after, or the set after that. It was either Abyss Rising or Cosmo Blazer that came out next. I can't remember which. And so it was one of those two. And Fire Fist debuted in Cosmo Blazer, if I remember correctly. And they were pretty good. And that was really what held me back from being able to play them as a kid with no allowance or money. And back in the day, Bear was like a $45 Ultimate and a $30 Ultra, and I had no way of affording that. So I never really got around to messing around with Fire Fist, even later on when they became cheaper. And needless to say, I'm excited to finally give the deck a try now with this new support, because hot tar, this new support is amazing. So first and foremost, let's talk about Fire Fist Ram. Brotherhood of the Fire Fist. I'm just going to sort it down to Fire Fist. Fire Fist Ram, he's a level 3 Fire Beast Warrior effect monster, 800 attack, 200 defense, so rekindling target. When this card is normal summoned, you can discard a card, then target a Fire Formation Spell Trap card you control, set a Fire Formation Spell Trap with a different name directly from your deck. If this card is spell summoned by the effect of a Fire Fist monster, you can set one Fire Formation Spell Trap card directly from your deck, with a different name from the cards in your graveyard. You can only use each effect of Fire Fist Ram once per turn. This card is just an amazing play starter, really. If you normal summon it and have a Fire Formation out, which typically speaking, you'll probably have Tenki out right away. So you normal summon him, discard a card, target Tenki, set like Tensu, get an extra normal summon. And let's say that card you discarded was the dude who you contribute to set a dude, Fire Formation from deck. So you can like set Tensu, flip it over, activate Tensu, normal summon the tuner, affected the tuner, bring back the dude from the graveyard, tribute him, get another Fire Formation, synchro off, proceed to go off with like 3.5 Fire Fist, if that is still going to be a thing. It's a really good card. And then hey, if you do spell summon him, you get a free Fire Formation spell instead of having to discard for it, so that's pretty great as well. Likewise, we got Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Elephant. Level 4 Fire Beast Warrior effect monster, 1000 attack, 1800 defense. If he's normal or special, you can send one face-up Fire Formation Spell or Trap card you control to the graveyard. Spell summon one Fire Fist monster from your hand, except a copy of himself. You can target one Fire Formation Spell or Trap card in your graveyard, shuffle it into the deck. Then you can add a level 5 or higher Fire Fist monster from your deck to your hand. You can only use each effect of him once per turn. Elephant is another great card. His first effect facilitates his second effect, and his first effect is effectively a Marauding Captain, which allows you to proceed to go into Link, Xyz, Synchro plays, whatever you will need to go into. Really great card overall, and I think he's definitely going to be a 2 to 3 of in the deck. Very, very awesome. Next up, we got Brotherhood of the Fire Fist Panda. I don't know about you all, but whenever I hear Pandas, all I can think of is Kung Fu Panda nowadays. God, I need to watch that movie again. So he's a level 5 Fire Beast Warrior effect monster, 2100 attack, 400 defense. If you activate a Fire Formation Spell or Trap card, except during the damage step, you can spell summon this card from your hand. Then you can summon a Fire Fist monster from your graveyard, except a copy of himself. Also, you cannot spell summon monsters for the rest of the turn, except a copy of himself. Except Fire Fist monsters. If a Fire Fist monster you control be destroyed by battle, by your opponent's card effect, you can send one face-up Fire Formation to the graveyard instead. This card is really good overall, and I think it really makes him the best of the level 5 or higher monsters. Fire Fist have like 3 or 4 other main deck Fire Fist monsters, not counting the Ritual, which, yeah, they got a Ritual of all things. And the other level 5 or higher were never particularly good. Heck, one is a bad Cyber Dragon, the other is just bad, and then another one, if I remember, I can't remember if they had 2 or 3 other ones. It's driving me nuts, but yeah, the other level 5 or higher were bad. This guy, though, is really good, honestly, and I could see him being a good 1 or 2 of in the deck. The big thing that really hurts him is the fact that you are locked into Fire Fist monsters for the remaining of the turn. That being said, though, with his stat line, his effects, and everything, and just being a free monster, I think he's going to be a really solid card for the deck going forward. Also, of course, you can summon a dude from your graveyard, which can trigger all sorts of fun stuff, considering what the deck has access to. Moving on to Ritual Monster, Fire Fist Eland. I don't know what an Eland is. I think it's like a bird or something. Sorry, whenever I hear Elon, all I can think of is Elon Musk. Elon Musk. Elon Musk, stop this freaking pun parade. Anyway, so he's a level 6 Fire Beast Warrior Ritual Effect Monster, 2400 attack, 2k defense. You can Ritual Summon him with Fire Formation Dome, one of their new Fire Formation spell and trap cards. You can discard one monster, set a Fire Formation spell or trap card directly from your deck or graveyard. So really good card just for that right there. When your opponent activates a monster effect, quick effect, you can send one face-up Fire Fist or Formation card from your you control to the graveyard, except a copy of himself. Negate that effect. You can only use each effect of Eland once per turn. Really great card overall. I don't know if Fire Fist are actually going to play him. I've been testing out the deck, and I really like him. He tends to be a pretty good game winner, especially just for being able to negate stuff in combination with their counter trap, which we'll talk about here shortly. So, really good card overall. I feel like that people are kind of sleeping on it, but we'll see. Next up, we got Fire Fist Swan. He's a level 8 Fire Beast Warrior Fusion Effect Monster. 2600 attack, 2200 defense, 2 Beast Warrior monsters. If you spell summon, you can inflict 200 damage to your opponent for each Fire Formation spell or trap card you control. During the battle phase, you can send a Fire Formation spell or trap card you control to the graveyard, then target a card your opponent controls, destroy it. So I've been seeing a lot of people, and by the way, it's a hard once per turn, I've been seeing a lot of people say that this card is just bad, and I can see where they're coming from. You know, he does minuscule burn damage, and you can pop a card during the battle phase as a quick effect. It's not bad, though. Being able to just pop a card once per turn, and it becomes free if you have the freaking amazing Link monster Eagle, which we'll get to here in a minute. I thought he was the old one, the one from freaking Link Frames Pack 2, but no, it's Peacock who's the new one. Or am I getting that mixed up? One of these two is from Link Frames Pack 2, and the other is from this set. But either way, one's an import, one's new. But anyways, his effect is good. Just being able to pop any card your opponent controls during the battle phase, during either battle phase, is really great overall. And I feel like you're probably going to play one of them, no matter what build of Fire Fist you're going to play, because I feel like the Fusion spell is worth playing, because it is a really good card, and we'll get to that here shortly. So yeah, really good card overall. I think he's a one-of. Due to how generic he is, he's totally going to be a super poly target in the future. Pardon me, I'm sorry guys if you heard any like noise in the background. My aunt was yelling about something, I don't know what. Anyway, so onto the 2 Link monsters. I don't remember which one's new, and I don't remember which one is from Link Frames Pack, so I'm sorry about that. But first and foremost, we got the better one, Fire Fist Eagle. Level 2 Fire Beast Warrior Link Monster. 1700 attack, points bottom left and bottom right. 2 Beast Warrior monsters. You can only spell summon Brotherhood of Fire Fist Eagle once per turn. You can activate Fire Fist monster effects without sending Fire Fist or Fire Formations cards from your hand or field to the graveyard. And once per turn, you can target 1 Fire Formation spell trap card you control or in your graveyard, return it to the hand, then send 1 Fire Fist monster from your deck to your graveyard. That's a hard once per turn. So this card is just flat out amazing. Being able to make it to where your Fire Fist effects become free, okay, that makes it to where Bear is just a once per turn pop. It makes it to where the other dude who is like the polar opposite of Bear is a once per turn pop. It makes it to where you don't have to send anything for Rooster. It makes it so good. Now granted, it is optional, and that's really nice because you do want to get rid of your Fire Formations from time to time, because some Fire Formations have effects that trigger whenever they're sent from field to graveyard, and also sometimes you just want to get them off your field so you can activate another one. So really good card overall. Also, you can recycle your Fire Formations to send a Fire Fist from deck to graveyard. Now granted, there's not many Fire Fists you want in the graveyard, but if I remember right, Fire Fist Boar, I think it's Boar, but there's one Fire Fist who basically, while he's in the graveyard, you can send 2 Fire Formations in your graveyard to the graveyard to special summon him. And that's a hard once per turn, but it's basically a free special summon because the Fire Formations are now recyclable, and you can get them in the graveyard super easily. There's also, of course, other ones that you want in the graveyard, like Rooster, so you can bring them back with the tuner and such. So overall, a really good card. Next up, we got the other Link monster, who I'm not a big fan of comparatively, other than the fact that she's a really good waifu, but I'm joking. She is a good card too, and I feel like she's going to probably be played as a one-of in the deck. She's not as good as Eagle though. So Peacock, it's a Link 2 Fire Beast Warrior effect monster, 1,000 attack, 2 Fire Fist monsters, so she's a lot more. You know, in all honesty, Eagle feels like a Link Friends card, while Peacock feels like a TCG exclusive. So I'm going to take a wild guess and say Eagle is the Link Friends card, and Peacock is the new card. But anyways, so she needs 2 Fire Fist monsters. When a Fire Fist monster, while she points to a Fire Fist monster, your opponent cannot target this card for attacks. When this card declares an attack, you can send a face-up fire formation you control to the graveyard, then target one monster your opponent controls, place that monster in a zone this card points to, and take control of it until the end phase, but it cannot declare an attack. You can only use this effect of Peacock once per turn, and that's my main thing. You cannot attack with the monster you take control of. Moreover, if you happen to use Panda that turn, you can't use it for theoretically any Link summoning because, well, it's not a Fire Fist most likely. So you really basically get to take control of it to do nothing with it? What? It's like an okay card. There are definitely situations where it's going to be really good, especially being able to take like your opponent's Link 3 so you can make a Link 2 or something. Going to be really good. I don't know. I feel like this card's only going to get better as time goes on, but right now it's not particularly great. Moving on, we got a field spell for the deck. 4 Fire Fortress atop Liang Peak. It's always treated as a fire formation card. Each time a Fire Fist monster is no more special summon, place a Fire Fist counter on this card. Once per turn, you can remove Fire Fist counters from your field to activate one of these effects. 2 counters. If a Beast Warrior you control attacks, your opponent cannot attack cards or effects until the end of the turn. Until the end of the damage step. That would have been even more broken. 6. Add 1 Beast Warrior from your deck to your hand. 10. Special summon a Beast Warrior from your deck or extra deck, ignoring its summoning conditions. This card, I've seen a lot of people trash talk on, and honestly, I don't think it's that bad. I feel like it's a good 1 or 2 of, because of how searchable and recurrable it is, and the fact that it's just, you get free stuff. It just generates counters, and you get free stuff as things go on. The big thing that really kills this card is that it gains counters half as fast as Gateway, which it's most compared to, and also, to get its good effects, you need 6 and 10. Now, granted, Fire Fist can spam almost as much as 6 Samurais, in all honesty, especially with the new stuff. So, this card isn't bad, I just think it's subpar. If it wasn't for the fact that it's a hard once per turn, it'd be a lot better. And actually, now that I think about it, it's not a hard once per turn, but it might as well be, because obviously the counters don't carry over to another copy of it. So, it's a good card. I don't think it's a bad card, but it's not a great card. Then we got the Ritual spell, Fire Formation Dome. It's a continuous spell card. When it's activated, you can Ritual summon the Ritual monster, a Beast Warrior Ritual monster by tributing monsters from your hand or field whose total levels equal or exceed its level. If this face-up card is sent from the spell and trap card zone to the graveyard, you can target a Fire Fist monster in your graveyard, special summon it. You can only use that effect of it once per turn, and you can only activate Dome once per turn. Then there's Ingen, which is the fusion spell, does the exact same thing, except if it's sent from the field to the graveyard, you can add a Fire Fist from your graveyard to your hand. These cards are just absolutely great. Because of these, along with like Boar, which again, I think Boar is the one who's in the graveyard, who can revive himself, these cards become absolutely bonkers. Okay, with Boar, who, again, I think it's Boar. I'm just going to keep saying Boar until somebody corrects me, which you guys will probably do so in the comments down below. So let's say you activate these 2 cards, you have them sitting on the field. You don't even need to use their effects to fusion or ritual summon. You can just activate them, choose not to do the thing, so they're just sitting there. You use Boar effect, send these to the graveyard, special summon Boar, effective Dome, effective Ingen, special summon, add to hand. Just great. And then you can make Eagle effect, target either Dome or Ingen, whichever one you want. You turn it to the hand, send it a dude from deck to graveyard, and then hey, you can do your ritual or fusion summon next turn, or just do it again next turn. Really good card overall. Well, really good cards overall. Personally, I think they're both 2-ofs because again, they are searchable and they are recurrable. Maybe even 1-ofs in all honesty because they're just so searchable and recurrable. Next up, we got their counter trap, Sento. When a spell trap card is activated by a control Fire Fist monster and a Fire Formation spell trap card, negate the activation. If you do destroy it, you can only activate 1 per turn. It's a searchable, recurrable Infernity Archfiend. I mean, not Infernity Barrier, that's what I meant to say. This card's good. I don't know why people are calling it bad. I get it. It can be a bit hard to trigger because, hey, you gotta have Fire Fist and a Fire Formation on the field. But that's what the deck does, and you should have them out. If you aren't doing it, you're not playing the deck right. It's a good card. I'd say play 1 to 2. Maybe even more, depending on the format. So, that's it for the new cards. Yeah, there's all the Archfiend stuff. It's nothing particularly great. Oh, there's Latency. What is this? Huh. I have no idea what any of these are. I did not know there was... Oh, these are a lot of the Cyber stuff that we should have gotten in the Cyber Structure deck that we didn't get because Konami's being stupid. Huh. Hey, there's Shooting Code Talker. You should have been on a Structure deck. Why did you not get released in a Structure deck? Oh, that's right. They wanted promos for the field spell. for the video game. God, that reminds me, the video game comes out soon, doesn't it? So guys, what do you think of the new Fire Fist stuff? Thank you all for watching. Have a great day. It's your birthday. Happy birthday. See y'all later. Peace out and goodbye.